慧明跟郑启宏这2位台湾选手的成功例子，那么棒球学校在台湾引起了很大的讨论，甚至于被称之为魔法学校。关于这一点，您自己是怎么看的
？Randy, the 4 other baseball ranches were very well known in Taiwan due to the successful examples of Chen Mingwang and Zheng Qihong. The nickname of your academy in Taiwan is Magic Academy. Can you please share me your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. We're honored to have a nickname, but I can assure you there's nothing magic about it. We've, with the help of a lot of people, my mentor, Ron Wolforth from the Texas Baseball Ranch, was instrumental in developing our process. What we have is a group of insatiable learners, people who want to learn and to challenge the status quo and try to push forward to help solve complex problems.
首先他非常感谢，然后他对这个名字他非常的非常的开心啊。不过他是说他这个实际上是没有任何魔法的存在，就是他说这些他学校这整个系统，他是得到很多人的协助一起创立，特别是德州的那个校长 Ron Wolforth。那他是说这整个是建造在一群投手们，他们自己想要让你自己精益求精，想要挑战自己，超越他的极限。
But I can assure you that Chen Mingwang here would vouch that there's nothing really magical about it. It's more of just good old-fashioned hard work and following a process and being willing to adjust it along the way.
他说王建民在这里应该会同意说的，这个学校并没有任何魔法式的元素，其实他就是必须要很努力，然后继续一直追踪自己的状况是。
There's a saying that says we see far because we stand on the shoulders of giants, and that's where we are now. We've studied a lot of different people's approaches to this problem, and it is our mission and our passion at the Florida Baseball Ranch to find a way to help players who love this beautiful game that we all love thread the needle perfectly between building their ability and keeping them safe and healthy.
他是说有一句谚语是说，我们要站在巨人的身上的，才能看得更远的事。但是对他们来讲，这是一个使命，就是去寻找这些愿意自己一直想要去进步的球员的事。那怎么样带动这个系统，让他们继续进步。
We feel like our process is a very holistic and multi-dimensional process. There are lots of different parts to it. It's not just one thing that solves the problem. It's a combination of many different variables coming together, and it starts and at its core is the ability to build a relationship with an athlete and to really get to know what helps them and what makes them work. And really, it all goes back to the athlete and building a relationship.
对他们讲，这是算是一个他们自己觉得是一个很神圣的使命的时代。然后这个课程需要很多人数。他说这是一个综合，就是各方面，他需要找到这个球员，他适合他自己最适合他自己的形态的是，然后怎么样获得最好的效益。
No two athletes are alike. Everyone's an individual, and individualization of training plans is the hallmark of our process.
他说没有任何2个球员是一样的，所以个体的训练是他们最重要的一个课程的元素。
But to get there, you have to have a refined process that allows you to examine the athlete across a lot of dimensions as to what variables might be contributing to his risk for injury or keeping him from performing at his best.
对他们来讲，这个课程很重要，就是要很详细、很缜密的去观察一个球员然后了解他身上有什么样需要做调整，然后去再进一步的研究做修正。
And so guys like Wang Qingming, guys like Chen Mingwang, who entrust us with helping them achieve their goals, what we have to always understand as coaches, as instructors, is that the athlete is always the hero. And as a coach, it's our job to be the guide.
他说举像王建民的例子就是， 那对他们来讲，真正的英雄是球员的事，然后教练就是要当那个指引的那个方针。
We study, we research, we develop processes, we sift through the complexities to find simplicity on the other side that we can help the athlete administer or execute.
对我来讲很重要，就是要不断的研究，然后去观察，就是然后这样从很复杂的一些各方面的观察，然后得到很简单的解决的方式。
But there's a saying in the United States. It says that no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
美国有句谚语就说，没有人真的管你到底知道多少知识，但是你是不是会去照顾别人。
The first step in helping an athlete improve is to let him know that we always have his best interest in mind, that it's always about him.
最重要让球员知道说，我们最在乎的就是这个球员自己本身，所以我们永远都是从球员的出发点去做思考。
And that we're there to facilitate, not to dictate.
我们是要去帮助这个球员，但而不是要去独断独裁，就叫他硬是要遵循什么样的规则。
And when you put all that together and the process really works, and you watch a guy who is out of the game, ascend to the highest level once again, then I guess you could say that is magic.
他说，当你这样子投入这样心血，然后看到一个那个球员，就是从最底端又升到最高层的殿堂的时候，他觉得这也许就是一种魔法，可以这么说。
Okay, good, thank you.
谢谢校长。好。